Ashish, when we were sitting and all of us are having a chat outside, and you talked about obviously all of you represent developments, particularly in large cities. But you also talked about that today the opportunity in India to do mixed-use developments is not only in the big cities of NCR or Mumbai or Bangalore. And somehow all three of you who have developments in tier 2 and tier 3 cities in India are sitting alongside. You know, what is the opportunity to do a mixed-use development in smaller cities? Because when as I started my consulting career in real estate and started talking about initially when we realized when we started going to tier 2 cities and tier 3 cities, we realized that there was only demand for somewhat residential, and most people in small towns always preferred to buy their piece of land and build their house, right? There was no concept of very large housing, except barring a few cities, but there was no concept of high-rise development residential. Office also existed very little because large companies were not going there. It's only a small FMCG's company or insurance company or a bank going and taking a small office space. And hotels are always one or two or in a city, apart from the tourist city like Udaipur. I'm sure Udav has a different view, but was not there. But suddenly there has been a big boom of mixed-use developments coming in tier 2 cities and tier 3 cities, and tier 2, 3 and 3 cities are also seeing a big boom like Mohali, having put us a large project. There is suddenly big demand for overall real estate and led by retail real estate. So what's happening there and what's the opportunity? And it would be good to understand what your plans are when you're talking about investment in these cities as well.
Sure. Hi, good evening everybody. I'd like to take everybody, I don't know how many of you were here in the morning when a very senior executive of JLL was giving a speech. He took us to a point where he told us, in America, the population is 300 million and the amount of shopping malls is 1,000. Come to China and the amount of shopping malls are 4,000. And if you talk about India right now, 350 odd malls, if you include good shopping centers as well, the number rises to somewhere about between 500 and 550. So the growth potential is amazing. It's at least 10 times that I see right now. Given that in mind, right now, the population in Delhi or a Bangalore or Mumbai, there are good spaces. But if you talk about tier 2 cities, right now, good mixed-use development do not exist. Yes, I agree. People want to build their own homes. But after COVID, what they realized is they need a sustainable income source as well, that they are just not dependent on their primary source. And that's where the mixed use comes in. What happens in a mixed use is, first of all, I would like to tell you one thing. At Bhutani, we do not believe retail or office or any one particular thing is an anchor. What we always believe, the story behind the entire thing. Cybertham is an example that we are making in Noida. The current phase, it's 8.5 million square feet. Although it has a 7-acre beautiful fountain, but it has these twin towers, the tallest in North India, and the first mall in the sky in the world. When that happens, I just want to draw a little comparison to Dubai. What happens is there are 3 beautiful fountains, 2 of them bigger than the Dubai Mall. Still you see all that traffic coming there, it is because of an iconic building that Imar made over there. Similar concepts when we thought about what iconism that is not anywhere in the world, what sort of iconism can be brought here in Noida that can make it super sustainable. That is the story that we curated. Why there will be a McDonald's or a Starbucks maybe nearby in any vicinity. Why would still somebody want to come here? Today's generation, practically everything is Instagrammable, right? If it is not Instagrammable, they'll rather sit at home and do a Zomato or a Swiggy. But if they want to go out there, it has to be an experience. They want to share where they went. It is a matter of pride for them. So given that thought in mind, Delhi, Bangalore, everything, all the tier 1 cities, as you said, being currently saturated. Future amazing, yes. But currently a little saturated. Why not give an experience to tier 2 cities and tier 3 cities as well. For now, we are expanding in Lucknow, we are expanding in Haridwar, we are expanding in Ludhiana. We have closed on a land deal in Goa as well. We are making one of the largest hotels in Goa. It's a Guinness Book of World Record. It has 700 swimming pools in the property, along with a few retail in it. And we like to do that. Like Alpha Thumb, the one that we delivered in Noida, has the largest rooftop infinity pool in the world, along with the largest skywalk in the world. So these kind of things, when you do, you make sure that it is sustainable, not only from the point of the view of your overall infrastructure, but from the point of the view from the lessees who are coming in, to make sure you always draw in the crowd.
And when you say these iconic properties which you have created are typically in tier 1, is there a potential to do these kind of iconic properties and in tier 2 and tier 3 cities as well?
Absolutely.
The scale may be different, but the iconic
100%.
investment is worth the investment to go into tier 2 and tier 3 to do that?
See, it depends on what location. For example, Haridwar, we are looking, the project is over 1,000 crores. When you talk about Ludhiana, the deal that we closed, that's again the same nature. And there's another deal we are looking at that's north of 4,000 crores. But still it makes sense because it is one of the most prime parcels of Ludhiana. Ludhiana as a city, I'll just give you a very quick example. There used to be a very common saying, which I thought was a fad, but found out later it was true. The amount of entire Mercedes in India was...
Per capita, highest was Ludhiana.
It was highest in Ludhiana, yes. So that is the power of that city. There are many such cities that keep getting ignored because everybody wants to do major developments here. Gift City, for example, has come up so beautifully in Gujarat. It is, I think, on parallel with probably Dubai real estate. That is what beautiful things are happening in India now.